iSCAR Action presents you here tonight the Watkins Glen event. 41 laps about to be logged here for 100 miles of racing. Glad you could tune us in. We couldn't broadcast yesterday due to the amount of drivers that showed up. Here for tonight, different story. We got enough drivers to run a race, so it should be a fun one as we get ourselves set here for this evening. We'll kind of pull up the standings to see on where everybody kind of sits at the moment, where everybody kind of sits at the points, because this is very important, especially coming into next week, where points are going to be a lot. So, again, Watkins Glen 100 here tonight, so should be a fair race to get ourselves set here for tonight. And here's your order for the points. Since there's not a lot of drivers, everybody here is gonna earn a lot of points. Those who are, what I'd say, like those drivers who are, you know, outside of the bubble, looking on in. Parker White, basically locked himself into the playoffs. Hunter Johnson, after tonight, he should have locked himself in. Trafari should lock himself in after tonight. And as well as, looks like Hankins and Connor Brandon. James Kaufman as well here tonight, so he's looking to lock himself in, as well as Michael Bianchini and Eduardo Munoz Jr., who's sitting on the cut line. So this will probably secure 5 spots, and we're going into Talladega next week. So we'll just have to see on how it'll all fare out, but by the end of this, it should be a fun one. We got people outside looking in. I mean, Peter Kenny, he needs a good finish here tonight to maybe put himself into that position. He could definitely do that after tonight. Maybe get himself into the 50s range and have a fight for Talladega coming next week and stuff. So, other than that, should be a good one for this race, because we are guaranteed a first-time winner for the season here tonight. So it should be a lot of fun seeing who will run up and away with where. 30 seconds left in the session. Again, 41 laps here tonight. As everybody's logged in their laps, and we'll get here for the starting order here on the bottom side of your screen. Congratulations to our pole sitter. That number 86, Christopher Well. He rounds out row number 1. Hunter Johnson in the number 32, right behind. Below Hankins, number 72. Eduardo Munoz Jr., good qualifying effort by him. He starts in 4th. James Kaufman round himself out in the 5th spot, and you got Charles Farr. He did not qualify. Connor Brandon, Peter Kenny. I got Michael Bianchini and Marcus Vanderlee. Ezekiel Watson, Garen Vanderlee. So both of the Vanderlees on the racetrack. We got 12 here tonight. Not as many, but still enough to put on a race. We only had 9 show up last time. Like 77 of Bianchini gonna take an EOL most likely. Again, some fair should be good here for tonight as we get set to go green. I'm pretty excited. Been a moment since we road course raced. But this is our first official and our only one for the season. 41 laps, so I wouldn't say an enduro, but I'm very curious to see where everybody will file themselves in. I mean, Hunter Johnson actually looking for his second win of the season at number 32. We'll have to see on how he'll fare out here tonight, starting in second spot, but Christopher Wheel in the number 86, the faster one, and he was fastest in practice as well, so he's doing something different. Can he pick up his first win this season? We'll just have to find out. Be able to work themselves through the bus stop. We'll get set to go green here for 41 laps of racing. So a fair amount of racing here. The showcase should be around 50 minutes of racing to get ourselves a go here for tonight. Since there's not a lot of drivers here tonight, we'll definitely highlight everybody out on the field, see where they're going to be running. Especially after the first 5-10 laps, this will definitely filter out on who will run out where and how they're going to maintain their spots. But the most important part of the race is definitely going to be this start. Here we go, off of turn number 4.
Green, green, green.
I said turn number 4. This is turn number 7. Green flag! Christopher Wild will lead the field to the charge. Bit of contact there as Peter Kenny actually got into the backside. Oh, Hunter Johnson, look out! We're all sorts of sideways, and now all these drivers start to scramble in and around. A lot of damage being pulled in, but goodness gracious. Hate to see all that. Oh, big wreck! Right in the background. That is James Kaufman. Nobody tows it, though. I can't believe nobody towed it. But sure, we'll keep it green. As, if somebody towed it, we could have, you know, kept it going. But up front, it's Weil, Safari. James Kaufman actually did tow it, so should have been a caution, I'm not gonna lie. Connor Brandon has already pulled himself into 3rd place, so watch out. Guys on a mission as battle for 4th, right behind. It's Hunter Johnson out under fire from Kealoha Hankins. Hankins looking to make the pass. Hunter Johnson's in the grass. He's sideways. So is Kealoha. That's going to be a slowdown, obviously. So now Eduardo Munoz Jr. in this number 88, who has a little bit of damage on his machine, unfortunately. Not going to be able to maybe maintain ground. I'm not sure what kind of aero damage or whatever is going to be on his machine, but work himself off the corner. It's Weil, Safari, and Brandon. So Brandon, even though he started himself in 7th, didn't get a good qualifying lap. Couldn't really actually log in a qualifying lap. He's now sitting in 3rd spot. Few battling right behind. Just Peter Kenny, Michael Bianchini working themselves around. Looks like Peter's going to go to pit road. Damage on this machine not allowed. Ezekiel Watts there in the 82. He's on the racetrack. Now it's just the top 3 pulling themselves forward. We'll have to see if they can maintain ground. I mean, Safari is there. Wants to grab this lead. Take a look at that first lap incident. There's Kaufman trying to let everybody by. Peter yet again just running right into the backside. That's two incidents in a row. Oh, around goes not Justin Johnson, but Hunter Johnson. Let's spin it around, actually tow it. So that'll give a spot to Giloa as well as Eduardo. So this is huge for them, but still a fair amount of drivers here on the racetrack. And all these guys who are trying to log in as many points as they can. Well, it's still under fire from Safari. Themselves through nicely. Brandon kind of following the mix, but here comes the 9. Safari definitely has a run. He'll work himself down low. Connor Safari, right at the top spot. Easily around this number 86 now. We'll see what Connor Brandon could do, but Weil is definitely the slower of the 3. Wow, it's definitely loose. That car is still just all sorts of sideways right now, and Safari definitely starting to set pace, pull himself away. Not too surprised by it. Brandon has, Weil is just too sideways. You see how much it's just hiccuping. That number 92 of Connor, he's all over him. Now looks down low. Might have to move him out of the way. Just have to find out, but Safari is just running up away with this thing. Eduardo and Kilo are having a good battle. I'm just kind of following in pursuit, but everybody from, looks like Bianchini, Vanderlee, Ezekiel Watts, all these guys are on an island of their own. Looks like Peter Kenny out of contention. Here we go, side by side for this second spot. And now it's Weil under fire. Now 2 seconds is the gap. As he goes way, way wide, and Weil's gonna cross it back over, so big block actually. So Weil, oh my god, Connor's just too sideways. This is just gonna allow Safari just to pull ahead. looks he's going to get a blue flag here and get out of harm's way for these leaders of Bari. Eduardo and Kiloa actually kind of lost sight. Actually, I think Eduardo kind of got caught up in an instant. We'll just have to see. But looks like this might have happened coming off of turn 1. Yep. Eduardo, who was looking to maybe finish out with the top 5, just got over the rumble strips and around that car went. So Kiloa and Vanderleet worked themselves right by. And Connor Brennan was finally passed Christopher Weil. So all this number 9 could do, maintain ground, pull himself away. So, but Connor, we'll see what kind of lap times he's going to be logging throughout these next ones. Marcus Vanderleet up in the mix as well. So all these guys now with fresh air around them, we'll just have to see where they're gonna follow themselves and put themselves in position. Peter Kenny destroyed. We'll take a look at what happened to this machine. I'm pretty sure he just binned it. Yep. Safari, we'll see what last time by. Gonna be important, but with Connor having to start all the way in 7th place, I mean, that's just, that didn't help him. So pit stops are going to be kind of mandatory. We'll see what. Yeah, across the line, Trafari is just way, way faster. Oh boy, that car is sideways. 10 laps in. I mean, cars, he's using up all the racetrack. That car, he's definitely like in the grass and doing whatever the hell he can. Coming up on the 64, Garen Vanderleet, trying to get out of harm's way. He moves himself right. This would be good points for Connor and Weil. Both these drivers, I mean, Weil has yet to sniff victory lane. He won the pole, but couldn't really capitalize on it. Nine drivers left on the racetrack. Hankins currently in 4th. Not really a battle for 5th anymore because Eduardo is too. That spin really hindered him. So you see, I mean, Trafari's just jumping the curb, trying to get that car to turn through the bus stop. And he's making it work, and he's costing himself some X's as Vanderleet, the 64, is just bit too wide right there. Miles now is hell of a steady pace, but Safari is just way, way faster right now. I don't know if that's due to Trafari not using as much tire as he wanted to, because, you know, Connor had to work himself through the field. He, about, oh. Connor's decided to disconnect. So that'll mean they'll move Hankins into third. And that'll move Eduardo into 5th place, so that's huge points for him. So this is essentially wraps for Trafari then. Himself in second. Hankins, Vanderlei, and Munoz. So this will put Bianchini into 6th position, and Vanderlei and Ezekiel Watts up 1. So Connor will finish out, looks like 9th. Connor doesn't want to get a, you know, what Connor doesn't want to happen is a speeding penalty. If that happens, then yeah, then there's gonna be problems. "12 seconds. Speeding penalty would result either a drive-through or a hold. 30 seconds will pull him back all the way, looks like, to 5th spot if he were to get a speeding penalty. So, all he has to do is just keep it clean. Not for third, it's about to happen, by the way. We got, I wouldn't say for third. This is our closest battle on the racetrack. It's between Vanderlei and Kilo Hankins. Vanderlei looking for his first top 5, and he's doing just a fine job of just maintaining ground, keeping that car, you know, on the racetrack. Rather otherwise, sitting 7th, but ahead of Ezekiel Watts. Watts moving himself out of the way, speaking of. With Trafari. Ezekiel Watts, he too is looking for his second top 10 of the season. Just, you know, learning the racetrack. You do a lot here at Watkins Glen, and just learning and logging in laps with even people, not many people on the racetrack, but just being there out on the racetrack by itself is just like, is definitely going to give you a lot of experience. Trafari's pushing. That car is just in the grass. He's doing all sorts of things and whatever he can. Just have a field day and log in, you know, all this time. And he's definitely doing a fine job at doing that. But one, don't want to push it too much, and all of a sudden you put yourself in a mistake, and then all of a sudden those penalties start to stack up. And Ari is actually the person who has the most incidents on the racetrack. He sits with 9, but 22x is the penalty limit. I'm sure he won't get one. That number 77, he's sitting 6th right now, so he might be fighting out here between himself and Garen Vanderlee, who's in a bit of trouble right now. And Michael's going to move out of harm's way, right into the grass a little bit, but Garen Vanderlee in the 64. It's going to be huge for Bianchini. He's going to be... Actually, he's ahead of him. Excuse me. Garen's going 2 laps down. Oh, he's about letting this go. Should see drivers hit the road around like 20. So, about 20 mark. All these drivers scheduled stops. As Vanderlee into the wall. Bit too hard into that corner. Again, a bunch of points-paying race, but this is definitely a huge learning curve for all these drivers. So Ezekiel Watts, I mean, keeping the car clean. He only has 2x on his machine, but just learning the ins and outs of road racing. And this is definitely a good introduction, especially at an easy track like Watkins Glen. Not a lot of curves or whatever. Marcus Vanderlee a bit wide. He's trying to catch Kilo Hankins in the 72, but all eyes on Trafari, looking for his first win this season. He's looking to get it right now. Should see the number 9 hit the wall momentarily. This battle for third is getting a bit closer. Marcus Vanderlee and Low Hankins getting a bit closer with each other, but we'll see when Trafari is going to hit pit road. Should be here in about like 2 laps. Well, maybe shorten it. Himself on pressure rubber. This is one of those races in which, you know, it's just points paying. That's all you need. Just get yourself to the start-finish line, tough it out, get yourself to the end. Below Hankins, scheduled stop, in and out, on a pit road, and out he goes. Ronald Munoz Jr. in the 88. Said to me that he needs this race to go official. It did so, and now he's sitting in 5th. So they're gonna get 15 points rather than just the participation 10. He's just doing a fine job of maintaining ground. Hankins, on fresh rubber. Let's see what he's gonna bear himself out. Drivers could stretch it to around 30, by the way, so. Around to go. Be a fair call. Have a fresher rubber. Bar gonna stay himself out. Looks like the call to pit road is right about. No, looks like not. Skip around it. Run through the order just a slight bit, kind of see where everybody is running here on the racetrack. This is Trafari. Ever since he's grabbed the lead away from Wow, it's been a smooth sailing. He's been the fastest driver throughout this entire race. While in the number 86, gets himself in second. Got Marcus Vanderlee, P3. And Eduardo Munoz Jr. in P4. So, again, Eduardo, one of those drivers near the cut line. He needs a solid race. And he sits himself in the 4th spot at the moment. Low Hankins also around that position. He sits himself in Below, the only driver to hit pit road right now. Michael Bianchini on the racetrack. Probably one lap down, Garen Vanderlee. The 64, he sits himself in 7. Ezekiel Watts, last and only car. last on the racetrack, but that number 82, big learning experience for him. So we got our next takers on pit road. This is Eduardo Munoz Jr. So pretty sure these drivers will file onto pit road very slowly and steadily, as Eduardo gonna slap on 4 tires on that machine and out he goes. Jafari still on the racetrack, but boy, he's logged in a fair amount of incidents. 11 so far, just off-tracking so much at the bus stop. Darren Vanderlee, the number 64, finds himself on pit road. Fair amount of laps down, has a lot of damage on the machine. Was involved in that bus stop incident. Actually did miss a stall there. He's going to back it up. But Vanderlee now on in. Scheduled stop for him. All these drivers are taking scheduled stops. Jafari, uh-oh. Vanderlee a bit wide. He's going to catch another off track with that. Weil has now completed his one and only pit stop, so that'll move Vanderlee into second spot. So we'll have to see when Jafari wants to hit pit road, and after that, that'll basically summarize this race. Here he comes. Jafari on in. Four tires on his name. And out he goes. So Jafari, easy in and out. That'll actually put Marcus to lead at least just one lap. Marcus is probably going to stay out as long as he can to lead as much as he could. get a lap lead on his machine, and after that, then he'll bring it down pit road. So Marcus is doing a fair job at maintaining his ground. While looks like his gap between himself and Jafari just honestly opened up. "15 laps to go, though." Marcus does lead the lap. He's fighting it out with Hankins there for a moment, so I don't know where these drivers are going to be when they do eventually cross the start finish line. If they're going to be close or not. We'll have to see. Marcus on pit road. This will put Jafari to the top spot. 13 laps to go, and all eyes are on him. All he has to do is just finish it out. Ezekiel Watts, this is, looks like he missed his pit stall. Oopsies. Michael Bianchini. Bikini Man is yet to pit. He's only one lap down, sitting himself in 6th. He'll probably stay in that position. Ezekiel Watts is probably going to have to go around and... up too, so... People have yet to pit is only Ezekiel Watts and Michael Bianchini. So we do expect Bianchini to hit pit road right about now. Soon. Vanderlee, around he goes. There's still now a fair gap between Safari, Weil, Hankins, Vanderlee, but Vanderlee and Hankins looks like that gap has extended about 9 seconds now. So Eduardo Munoz Jr. ever since that spin, really hasn't been with anybody. All he has to do is just maintain ground and keep himself in a nice position. Up on here, Ezekiel Watts, the 82. Just kind of coasting around right now. Very sure that 82 is gonna scoot himself on the pit road. Never mind. Just had to let Jafari have it there for the moment. Fair job for Jafari. Now single digits left to go. That was actually coming a bit close between Hankins and Vanderlee. It's about, oh, big overshoot there by the 72. I mean, goodness gracious, he's gonna have to slow down big time. All got confused there between himself and I think that was 37, might be 18. A lot of time let up. With that number 9 of Archfall. Watts letting Hankins by. All eyes on that number 9 of Clark's Party. Eduardo Muniz Jr. just trying to stay on the lead lap. Kind of all over the place on the last corner. It's kind of crazy. Seconds separates the gap between Hankins and Vanderleet. Wild now is basically secured up second. Eduardo Muniz just trying to stay on the lead lap. Michael Bianchini 1 lap down, but looks like he's gonna hit pit road. I'm pretty sure it's just a stop and go for him, so we'll go 2 laps down. Trying to stay on the leading lap. Here with us, number 9 of Connor Jafari. Eduardo's going to secure this 5th spot, so good news for him. That is huge for his points. A bit of damage kind of hindered Eduardo as well. A lot of air damage on his machine, unfortunately. Can't really do as much as he could as Jafari goes a little bit wide. Watts up here in the mix. Bit of a group of cars here. They're working a 1. Watts moves himself by. But we'll pull up points, kind of see on where everybody sits. See there, Eduardo Muniz Jr. finishing, 5th spot. That's going to give him 15 points, so he's going to drop a lot of people, actually, in fact, so. Eduardo fight it out with Jafari. Never mind, just going to let him go. 4 laps to go this time by. We'll put 4 cars just on the lead lap as man, Jafari is just buckling that car through the grass and has racked up 13 incidents because of it. That's essentially where he's been gaining his time too. He's just through that. Bit of a slowdown right behind. Eduardo goes around, but he's going to maintain that 5th spot. That's all he needs to do. Hankins sits himself in third, and you got Marcus kind of in the midst of that battle as well. So 2 laps to go for Connor Trafari. He's led the majority of the race. All he has to do is just work himself across the start-finish line, and will be a first-time iSCAR winner. While now comfortably in second spot. This battle for third starting to heat up, so podium spot on the line for Hankins and Vanderlei. Munoz Jr. 1 lap down. Bianchini 2 laps down. That's all he has to do, just maintain ground and get themselves to the end. We'll just have to see on how the point standings are going to be. This is going to be very important coming into next week, especially at Talladega. But this time by, work themselves through the final corner. We'll see the white flag. Connor Trafari has led the majority of the race as Ezekiel Watts wrecks it off the 7th corner. White flag this time by. 1 more lap to go. It's been pretty dominant. Fastest car. Not too much to say for this number 9, but we'll pick up his first iSCAR win, which is pretty cool. Not a lot of cars, but definitely a lot of points to propel himself in the championship standings. We'll just have to see after, once the points do sort themselves out, where he'll stand after tonight. Battle for it. Third heats up right behind as they cross the white flag this time by. Vanderlei kind of scooting himself up to the backside of Hankins. Wild sits himself in second. Won the pole, but couldn't retain it for long as while. I mean, Trafari was definitely the faster car. Through the carousel. Will add his name to iSCAR history books as he works himself into 6th and into 7th. Checkered flag. And it's Connor Trafari. It might be following in Connor Zilich's name, you know. Who knows as he works himself right up off. Checkered flag in the air. That number 9, victorious here tonight. Battle for third also heats up right behind. All eyes on Hankins and Vanderlei. Vanderlei on the charge. He'll have to make something happen here coming into 6 and 7. While can't really make it work, but Vanderlei is definitely gonna have a shot, maybe. He looks like might be a little bit too far back. He'll send it into the corner, but Kiloa Hankins is gonna hold to the podium spot. Eduardo Munoz Jr. crosses the start-finish line in 5th spot as well-deserved burnouts for that man right in front of you. Checkered flag, and Trafari wins it. Got Wild in 2nd. Hankins in 3rd. Vanderlei, Munoz round out the top 5. First top 5 for that number 56. Michael Bianchini, Garen Vanderlei, Ezekiel Watts. 2nd top 10 of the season. Brandon and Peter Kenny. And you got Hunter Johnson, James Kaufman. Be right back right after this. We'll stay tuned as we interview the guy. Pull up 3. It's Gavin Austin in the 88. They're going to jam up. Oh, the 49! Down they go! Hard into the wall goes Gavin Austin. Hard into the wall. Schmidt into the fence.
Oh,
look at all these drivers pile in, and they all wreck across the line, but you know who didn't? That's a 23. 06! Who's it going to be?
To the line.
95 of Parker White. Parker White in the 95 is going to get the 9 as Basin finds the outside wall. Looks like he's going to be able corner. And a checkered flag for this number 12. He's going to win it here tonight. Connor sails it in.
Almost steps into Rudy.
Rudy's inside. Malachi, oh, they touch. Around goes the 37. Miller gets turned as well. Duda gets involved.
I can't wait.
Back here live after 41 laps of action at Watkins, Glen. We'll pull that number 9 of Connor Trafari into victory lane. Congratulations to him, but we'll interview some of these top 3 into the booth. I should pull in our... I should pull in our first interviewee, that number 72 of Kilo Hankins, into the booth. Kilo, you got a copy?
I do indeed.
Kilo, not a lot of cars on the racetrack, but a fair race to be put on between you and Marcus. You won the battle, and you finished out 3rd here tonight. Huge points. But talk to me about your race.
Yeah, I mean, we ended up with 1:30 just about of damage from whatever happened on lap 1, and we just had to try to manage the car. There were a couple instances during the race where my oil and water temps were going up to like 280s, into 280s, so just trying to manage that and trying not to let the car blow up, but still running as fast as I could was definitely the goal after lap 1. I'm just glad we managed to finish in 3rd there.
Yes, sir. Good, a huge points day for you. Get yourself set in for the playoffs. I'm pretty sure you're going to be one of the 10 people after tonight. Definitely secure on in. So we're looking forward to in the playoffs coming in, I'd say, a few weeks from now.
Just doing the best I can. One of my goals is to win. I mean, that's why I do league racing. I want to get that feeling of winning, so I'm hoping it'll come at Talladega or another track down the line. So just doing what I can to achieve that one day.
All right, bud. 10 for before we let you go. Any sponsors want to take care for tonight?
No, not really. I just want to thank you for broadcasting and everyone that showed out tonight and made this a clean race.
All right, bud. 10 for Kilo Hankins, P3. Go ahead and secure next race, man.
All right, have a good night, y'all.
Bull Dragon, that number 86 into the booth. This is Christopher Weil in the finishing out 2nd here tonight. Won the pole, but unfortunately just came up a spot short. Looks like Jafari had the faster car. Weil, but for you, a definite good points day and a good 2nd to round yourself out at Glen.
Yeah, Unk still kind of got it a little. Trafari gave me a little false hope in qualifying. I thought maybe with my qualifying pace I could hold on to win that, but over the race, he just had way better race pace than I did. So there's pretty much nothing I could do to stay with him, catch him. Tried holding up Connor Brannon at the start there a little, but he too had better race pace than I did and eventually just decided to quit. But super happy with 2nd. Definitely a good result, all things considered. So it's been a while since I've been in here, so it's nice to be back.
Yes, sir. It's been a moment since we've seen that 86 run toward the front. You led 4 laps as well on top of it, so alongside winning the pole. So you're out there for a little bit, but getting your, of course, race, what you call it? I wouldn't necessarily say your feet wet, but good to see you run toward the front. You're on the road course. So what made the difference here tonight, though?
Just the fact that it's a road course. Yeah, I mean, just call me Shane Van Gisbergen, the way I apparently suck on ovals now, but can find some pace on road courses. I think even for Sonoma in the Truck Series, I would have had the pace for 2nd behind Connor. So I just got to figure out ovals just like Shane Van Gisbergen.
All right, bud. 10 for Christopher Wild rounds himself out 2nd. We'll, before you let go, and your sponsor, want to take care for tonight?
I'll just give a shout out to Kealoha Hankins for hanging with me in the voice call. I don't have any sponsors. I'm not on a team. So, if anyone's looking for a guy who's apparently not good on ovals, hit me up.
All right, bud. Christopher Wild rounds himself out 2nd. We'll go see you come into your next race, man.
Yep. Thank you. See you then.
Dragging the number 9 at Connor Trafari into the booth. Connor, your first win in the iSCAR banner. Gotta come here at Watkins, Glen. Congratulations, man. You led 36 laps. And started yourself all the way back in 6th, but crawled yourself into the field, and once you got up front, it was smooth sailing from there. Congratulations, man. First thoughts?
Yeah, really fun race. I initially wasn't going to race. I was going to start in park, and I realized, oh shoot, Parker White and Frisch are in here, so I can get points. And I was pretty confident in my speed here. I feel like I'm always pretty good on the road courses, so no really surprise being, what was it? I think it was like 25 seconds in front at the end of the race. I was really trying so hard to not let Marcus lead a lap, but just couldn't let that happen. He did get a lap, unfortunately. But really good race, really good points today. I don't really know how the points work here. I don't know if it's like based off how many people show up, but I'll take the points regardless.
Yeah, you run out of here with 20 points here tonight with the win. So with that being said, speaking of points, you're going to be one of those playoff drivers coming in a couple of weeks. So no worries for Talladega coming next week. You know, no big worry. But for the, you know, for you in the playoffs, 4 weeks of action, how are you going to set yourself for the with these extra bonus points coming in a couple of weeks?
Just gotta be consistent. If I can stay top 3 with Frisch and White and hope there's some kind of issue on their part, that will definitely be helping me in my favor. I just don't really think I have the pace to really outright win against any of them. So just being consistent, playing off those top 3s, top 5s when they might have issues, that might be the best way I have at coming with the championship.
All right, but 10-4 Contrafari, first iSCAR win of the season comes here at Watkins, Glen. But before we let you go, any sponsor want to take care for tonight?
Not really. I didn't race with anyone tonight, so just want to give you a shout for doing the broadcast and stuff. Appreciate that like always, and see you next week.
All right, but 10-4 Contrafari, number 9 in Victory Lane. Dragon, 4th place there. That number 56 of Marcus Vanderlee did lead a lap through that pit cycle, but was fighting there with the number 72 of Kilo Hankins. Marcus, congratulations on 4th place. First top 5 of the season comes here at Watkins Glen.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, you know, I mean, this car is a lot quicker than I thought it was going to be today. I mean, early on in practice, we were showing about 4th place speed, of course, right behind Co. So yeah, I think I honestly needed one more lap and I could have gotten him, or I just need, yeah, honestly, yeah, I just need one more lap because we stayed out to get that extra bonus point for the lap lead and came out about 10 seconds back, closed it down to a half sec, like as close as a half second on the last lap. So, you know, really fast car today. Overall, good strategy. You know, again, extra bonus point that could come crucial given that I've missed a couple races. So, you know, thanks to In-N-Out, Redemption Motors, or actually not Redemption in this league, Swift in this league. You know, Ray made us a good car for this weekend. And yeah, good racing with good racing by Co, you know, just to try and keep it as far ahead as he could. I know he's on older tires, and at one point was actually talking about overheating during the race. So yeah, it was fun.
All right, but 10-4, you found yourself out 4th, your first top 5 of the season. We'll go ahead and see you come next race, man.
All right, thank you.
We'll drag the last person in the booth. That's number 82, Ezekiel Watts, his second top 10 of the season. Even though there was 12 cars, a solid top 10 to round yourself out of here. And of course, a huge learning experience here for that number 82. Ezekiel, well, walk me through your race here for tonight.
You know, we just we wanted to have a decent race, try to keep the car clean. That first lap was really chaotic, and I can't believe still we drove through it after last week hitting a bunch of cars. But you know, it was a fun time, cool track to learn.
Yes, sir. Of course, your first iSCAR road course here tonight. Not a lot of people, luckily, so a huge learning curve for you on here. How was it like, you know, navigating Watkins Glen for the first time?
It was really easy, to be honest. I did a test lap right before the race and tried to learn a little bit of the braking points. So I just tried to run the track mostly in second and third gear. I was not the fastest car at all, but, you know, we just tried to have fun with it. I mean, hey, it's Saturday night, and we just tried to outlast everybody as they wrecked out and stuff, and try to make it to the top 10, and that's what we did. So two weekends in a row, we made the top 10.
Yes, sir. Ezekiel Watts rounding himself out 8th after starting himself in 11th. Congratulations, man. But before we let you go, any sponsors want to take care for tonight?
Just Presto Strangos and Cumberland Coffee. They have a really cool paint scheme and a great deal on their coffee this week. And Ford, because Mustangs are awesome.
All right, by 10-4, Ezekiel Watts and that number 82 rounds himself out 8th. We'll go ahead and see you coming next week, man.
Heck yeah, I can't wait. Talladega!
Yes, sir. All right, and that'll be it here for tonight. Congratulations on your winner of that number 8, not 82, that number 9 of Connor Trafari. Until next time, this is iSCAR. We'll see you next week.